Greetings, adventurers. This is Chris, aka Nas, with New Adventures in Skyrim. I hope everything's going well with you and you're taking care of yourselves and the ones you love. This is the Episode 0 or Prologue to Bleeder, focal point to this new mini-series, and here's the premise of Bleeder's story. Bleeder is a Breton Forsworn agent who's been working in the outskirts of Markarth for roughly a dozen years. Quiet, left alone, and thought mainly a fool and beggar type. He was often left to himself, selling random furs or valuables, meats, or other things he came across in his travels. And as a Forsworn sleeper agent, he's been gathering information and just laying low until having been recently activated. This is a permadeath, one-shot, one-kill playthrough. That means that anytime he dies, this roleplay is over, so there's the slight chance it could end in the first or second episode. That's not my intent. It's an alternate start, with him being, as I mentioned, starting as a member of the Forsworn. Bleeder is going to live as an actively raiding and warring Forsworn member. There will be different raids depending on what happens in character. I just don't know what his attitude or focal points or any of that is going to be right now. With that said, there's no essential status, so anybody can be killed. That includes my followers, Jarls, any person who normally would be unkillable. I'm going to be gifting Bleeder, assuming he doesn't die right away, things like recruits or new members, weapons, or something like that as he gains, or if he gains, any sort of notoriety or does anything of merit that gets him influence and any form of notoriety among the Forsworn. Now, while this may be a short RP, that's not my intention, but until it ends, I'm going to try to mix in some Forsworn lore and perspective, but right now, how and if any just depends on what kind of person he ends up being, where the RP goes, and how long it actually lasts. So with all that out of the way, and nothing more to say, we're just going to have a little moment here with Bleeder in this episode before we actually end it and then leave the warring and raiding for episode 1. I'm not going to say hi at the end, so thanks for spending this time with me, and I guess with Bleeder. I hope everything's going well with you, you're taking care of yourselves and the ones you love, and until our next adventure, cheers! I am Bleeder. Yesterday I lived by some other name. I lived among the sheep. Today I was reborn. I have walked among the prey, learned much of them, and waited. Waited until the day we all knew was coming. The day I was told to act. And there are two things one must do before they act. Let that old person they were die, then be tested by might and fire. Being among the sheep can make one complacent and comfortable with the sheep. That person must die. You leave them behind and kill them by killing the sheep. Then you must be tested yourself. Too long among the sheep, and one may forget it has fangs and what to do with them. Part of my first test, free Madanak. It was wonderful. I knew which sheep bleated for what treat. Silver, food, skooma, compliment. City people are so soft and easy to placate. Once inside, we rallied our fellow Forsworn and made a break. Some of us didn't make it, but to expect otherwise is sheer lunacy. We killed our way out, taking guards and Nords alike. The king in rags is now king of the Reach. And now that he's free, I've been tasked with making sure the locals stay busy and engaged while making a name for myself and for the Forsworn. Let all in the Reach and beyond know that the Forsworn are coming.